Hey, what's going on, tribe? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ayoka, and I hope you're ready to experience some very deep and transformational, intuitive messages tonight for my twin flames. Okay, so I'm trying to, start doing more lives. I know I'm not really consistent all the time, but yeah, I'm trying to make some changes. Okay, and I just seen on here that you can do chat lives. Like I don't always have to put my face on video. I'm super excited about that, y'all. Okay, because that'll also encourage me to do more lives. All right, so I was supposed to come on live at 9 o'clock on Thursday, but my bonus daughter has sprained her ankle, so we were inpatient first. Okay, for a few hours, so I was not able to wasn't able to do live. So if you are looking for me for that live, I know I had promised you guys that I would, answer questions on live for you, one card pull. But I will revisit that a little later, y'all. Okay, so but right now I just want to do. I'm gonna do. It's probably like a 7 card spread, and again, it is for twin flames. Okay, so let's see. I know Spirit does have a word for you today, and if you've been feeling the pull, this message is definitely for you. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay. If you're just tuning in, this message is for twin flames. So I'm pulling the current energy right now. What is the current energy? Also, you guys, the whole purpose of the twin flame journey literally is about your soul's evolution. It's not so much about the romance. It's not so much about you being in a relationship with that person. Is more about you being in a relationship with yourself. Okay, so this is, I'm not going to necessarily say a self mission, but it's more about you coming back home to you. All right, how you are encouraged to stay in alignment with your divine path, your purpose, your desires. We spend so much time giving our energy and ourselves to other people, especially our counterparts, right? Where we don't put that energy back into ourselves. So again, the whole purpose of the twin flame journey is about you coming back home to you. Okay, so we're gonna see what the current energy is in the connection. Divine feminine's energy, we're gonna check out. Divine masculine's energy, the hidden influences, the blocks or challenges, guidance from spirit, and then potential outcomes. And if it's any other messages that want to come through, I'm definitely going to touch bases on that, right? So this is collective energy. It is a twin flame reading that I am doing, okay? And if you triggered, face your mirror, not my comment section. I definitely thank you, Jennifer, for the double taps. I appreciate you for the support, y'all. Thank you so much. Yes, please double tap that screen for me. Once I get flowing, y'all, and this reading, sometimes it's a little hard for me to pull away once I start channeling. So if you do leave a comment, if you double tap, send a gift. I appreciate you now, and I'm going to say it now in advance, okay? So thank you so much, Jennifer. You are the bomb, baby. All right, so let's go. What's the current energy for the twin flames? I got the Ten of Swords in the reverse position. I'm going to pull all my cards and get them positioned, and then I'll clarify. What's Divine Feminine's energy? Ace of Wands comes out. Divine Masculine's energy. Ooh, these cards is ready. Two of Pentacles in the upright position. The Hidden Influences. Three of Swords in the reverse position. Block or challenge in the connection. Eight of Cups in the reverse comes out. Guidance from Spirit for card number 6. The Knight of Swords in the upright position. And lastly, card number 7, the potential outcome. Woo! All right, y'all. Eight of Swords, upright position, y'all. Okay, so, all right, let me set my intentions. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, my true guides, for showing up. Protect us as we go through these portals. I ask that you close the gates to anything not in alignment with the Divine's will. Protect us from any karmic energies, entities, negative influences that are trying to interfere with this video or my Twin Flame collective. Thank you so much for using me as a messenger, and I do ask that this message reaches the right people at the right time in the right places. Okay, so what it's looking like right now with the Ten of Swords coming out in the reverse position is that the Twin Flames are in recovery mode. Okay, don't forget to double tap that screen, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I thank you for your support as well. Don't forget to follow, share, y'all, if you can. Okay, but right now, like I said, the connection is in recovery mode. Like, you've been through some endings. Okay, some very traumatic endings for some of you, right? And they just been some plain old hard lessons. But with this Ten of Swords in the reverse position, it's saying that the worst is over, okay? So the worst is behind you. That painful cycle you experience is no more, because you've gotten to a point in your journey where you know better, right? You love yourself more. You are standing in your power, okay? So that's the energy collectively I've been picking up on. There's a lot of changes happening within the Twin Flame dynamics and also within Divine Feminine, okay? This is about healing and literally picking yourself up, okay? And that's what it feels like is being mirrored back to Divine Masculine. It's not over, but it will never be the same again. All right, and that's a good thing. You understand, like the pain, the heartache, and stuff like that that you may have experienced. And when it comes down to Divine Feminine's energy, the Divine Feminine is on fire right now. And that's what I've been saying, like collective energy that I've been pulling in is Divine Feminine is on their I don't know if I can cuss because I don't want to get blocked, but Divine Feminine is literally doing a damn thing. Let's just say that, okay? I'm loving it. All right, like I'm Divine Feminine as well, and I've never felt so empowered. I never felt so good. You understand? Like, I don't know if you guys are feeling this, but it's a really self-empowered feeling, okay? And right now, there's new beginnings. There's literally a lot of inspired action, stepping into your purpose if you are Divine Feminine, okay? It's like you got that spark, right? You got that vision and you got the courage to move forward, like whether or not the masculine comes with you, okay? And so a lot of Divine Feminines are on that. It's like, I'm moving forward. No longer living in the illusions. I don't want to sit and wait. I know my worth and I'm out, okay? And that's where Divine Feminine needs to be at on this journey, okay? There's no sitting around and there's no waiting. So Spirit definitely has a major purpose for everything that is taking place in the connection. And right now, Divine Feminine's passion is magnetic, okay? When it comes to Divine Masculine's energy, they're in the Two of Pentacles. All right, so now, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading... I was reading something that says you got a flash goal. What does that mean? It kind of took me. Oh, thank you guys. Let's see. All right. That's my ADHD, y'all. My bad. Okay. All right. So Divine Masculine's energy is Two of Pentacles, right? So they're trying to keep it all balanced. I feel like they're balancing a lot, like whether it's from work, emotions, obligations. If they're learning something new, like say like they could be in school for some of them, it's like they're doing all of this stuff, right? The juggling act they are playing, it has them stretched thin, so it's definitely like a lot on their plate, but they're learning that they can't hold everything without making a choice, right? They gotta, well, I don't want to say gotta, I hate that. They have to make a choice. And Spirit is saying that Divine Masculine is in the middle of figuring out what truly matters to them, right? What's most important, what they should be, you know, prioritizing versus what don't need to be on that priority list. All right, so that's also good energy. And the hidden influences is with the Three of Swords coming out in the reverse. Come on now, like there's still some heartbreak here, but it's healing. And that's the same thing for that first card that came out, right? For the twins energy period with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. There's healing that is taking place, right? For some it's slow, okay, especially if it's like mending after a separation or some type of third party situations. But what I'm seeing here is that Spirit is saying that both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine are releasing the old pain, okay, even if they don't talk about it out loud, just literally moving forward. And I feel like you guys are understanding what this journey is about. A lot of Divine Feminines are starting to get it now, right? At first, people jump on the Twin Flame journey just to get back with their Divine Masculine. But now we're realizing that that's not what it's about, you know? And overall, with the bigger picture, the end goal is, of course, you will get to that point where you have your family, where you have your legacy, your financial stability, whatever it is that you were desiring. But you got to go through these processes in order to get there, right? You have to heal in order to attract healthy love, right? Healthy relationships, situations, period. And so now it's like, this is what the journey is about. It's like Spirit literally is putting us through the fire. I like to call it boot camp, y'all. Okay, like we in boot camp right now. But not only are we doing this for our own evolution, we're also evolving to this point so that we can help other people to overcome on their journey, right? So that's the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine's bigger purpose, okay? Now, again, like I said, there's still heartbreak here, and there's still some type of block, right? Because the challenge is neither, I feel like it's like neither you have truly walked away from something, okay? And it could just be really each other. Even in the moment of silence, it's like there's still some type of energetic cord there, okay? But you want to know what's blocking the growth? Staying half in and half out. Both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine has 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Still kind of holding on, trying to see, is the masculine going to catch up? You know, like still kind of looking back. You know, Divine Feminine is definitely moving forward, but moving while looking back, if that makes sense. So what you're being guided to do, right? So the connection really needs full truth or full release. It can't be no in between. Okay? It's no more limbo. Either we with it or we not. And so the way the twin flame dynamic works, like you have to be, both twins have to be on the same frequency, right? Energetically, you got to be on the same frequency. It is no teeter-tottering, okay? Everything in the connection has to be aligned, it has to be balanced, and it has to be in truth, all right? That's why it's like I said, it's not really an easy thing to do, and you don't jump on this journey just to get back, you know, with the masculine. I have some type of relationship, right? Because this ain't no game at this point. At this point, you're literally going through the fire of your soul's evolution, okay? And so, this is a lot. Like, so, you know, what I keep saying in my mind is stop. Stop hesitating, right? If you got something to say, it needs to be said, right? So the Knight of Swords is real quick, right? Direct and very intentional. This is about moving towards the truth without overthinking it, okay? So I got some questions. What does moving towards the truth look like? Ooh, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, y'all. Wow. And it's like moving towards the truth looks like, to me, what I just heard is seeing through the illusions. Seeing through the illusions, right? It's breaking out of the old and the outdated roles. This connection is not traditional. It's not, you know, you can't have those same expectations. You can't have those same roles. Even when it comes down to family or cultural traditions or conditionings, right? You can't do it. It is, when you think about the Ten of Pentacles, this is a long game. This is like building a life, right? Building your legacy, building stability, okay? Stability that's real. It can't be on a shaky foundation. You can't be in this connection just for show. All right, like a lot of times the masculines connect with the karmics and try to build these Ten of Pentacles here with them, this legacy, but it's not real. It's not on truth. It's more about for show, right? It's more about saying, look what I got. Look what I done, right? It ain't really no love here or whatever. It's toxic as hell, but hey, I got them, right? Now, so it's time to really take off. So if you've been hiding underneath of this protective covering, it's time to like stop doing that. No more shielding your true feelings. Wow. To keep the peace. So a lot of times we know Divine Masculine doesn't, where they're at in the 3D is like they don't want to have those type of connections, right? They're not ready, okay? Because again, they've been through a lot of trauma just as much as Divine Feminine has been through. And they're not exactly on the same timeline, but it's not saying that they aren't awakening, okay? So literally when I say divine timing is what's happening right now, and especially in the masculine's lives, that's what it is. It ain't no rushing it, okay? But it's like because they aren't fully there yet with the idea of forming this type of legacy, I feel like a lot of the masculines are at the point in their journey where, oh, you know what? This is what I want to do with my life. When it comes down to their financial stuff, their material world, they're working on that. Like they are working on themselves, but they still haven't really gotten to the point where they're going to be bringing people in like bringing the counterparts in. But Divine Feminine will end up silencing themselves and what they feel just to avoid rejection, you know, just to avoid, you know, just to try to keep the peace. It's like they don't want that, whatever. However, I'm not going to keep voicing and saying what I feel. So you end up keeping it to yourself. But the thing is like Spirit is like, no, you can't do that. Because that means that you're not operating in your truth. And so moving towards the truth really means dropping the image, right? And showing the raw, unfiltered version of yourself. Even if it risks shaking the status quo, okay? Like, just do it. Real unions can't grow under, you understand, an illusion. And this is the type of union that can't do it. You can't wear a mask. It's almost like you're so exposed in this shit. But I feel like it's the best thing ever possible because, again, it's like, why do you want to keep being in connections where you can't be the real you? Why you want to be in a connection where your person can't really see you? You got to walk on eggshells. You can't speak your truth, right? That's not what this divine counterpart, this divine situation is about. It's about you being able to be who you are, right? Because a real union is not going to be hiding behind a mask or feeling restricted in any kind of way. So this is why we have to go through these cycles, right? These things of learning, the lessons, Okay, this is why we are literally, again, like I said, in boot camp, so that we can get to that point where we're not ashamed of who we are individually. Okay. So the likely outcome for this situation, because you know I got the Eight of Swords that came out in an upright position. So basically, if nothing changes, both of you may stay stuck in your head. Okay. It's a mental prison. It ain't nothing else. It's the ego. Okay. And it's like your freedom is on the other side of honest actions. So your breakthrough is a choice away. So your breakthrough is going to come when you decide, you know what, let me stop living in this mental prison. Let me start operating in truth and being honest, you know, about how I feel or what I want or what I don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't even focus on what you don't want. You walking in the here and now, and you're focusing on what you're trying to build and develop for yourself. If the masculine isn't with that, oh well. This is your desire, this is your dream, and this is what you're going after. And you're always being constantly reminded to keep moving forward, right? Because you want to be liberated from the chains. You don't want to always be feeling bound and trapped and restricted. That's not living. So you're going to go towards you being able to live the best life you possibly can. The one that is not like it used to be. You understand? When you were in other relationships, or even if you were in a relationship with your divine counterpart, you don't want that type of life for yourself. You can't have that type of life for yourself, because the twins are literally, I like to call them light workers. So we're not just here for ourselves. You know, we're here literally to move, I guess, in the purpose that the divine has for us, and that is to help others to evolve, right? To help other people come to the light. It's our energy, it's our frequencies, it's us operating on that love frequency that helps the next person and the next person. So that's why it's so important that we have to heal. We're not just doing it for ourselves, we are doing it collectively for those that come before us, after us, or that's right there with us. Okay, so I wanted to pull from the African Goddess Rising deck. Let's see. Get my book out because I might need it. So, alright, so the African Goddess Rising Oracle Guidebook, so you guys can see it. I really love this deck. It's pretty. So let's see. What I need to know here for Divine Feminine. Speak up. Wow. I can't say her name. It's Mami Kaumba Bang. I think that's what it says. But let me look it up. Number 33 is on that card. Speak up. Okay. Spirit got your back. Let's see. Alright, so it says speak up, speak out, speak on it. You have a right to be heard. You are betraying yourself by not speaking up. Your words have power. So own your voice. As the old saying goes, stand up for something or fall for anything. Being neutral is not an option. When you stand firmly in your truth, you have thoughts, opinions, beliefs, and conviction. So what do you stand for? Tell somebody today. So you're being told to speak up. Reclaim your voice. Speak out and speak up. So you can declare that literally. I reclaim my voice. I speak out and I speak up. Okay. Now, Spirit is not playing. It's like we're so far in the journey right now where Spirit is like, look, I can't baby you no more. Okay. This is the real deal now, because we already see the state of the world, right? This is the real deal right now. So Spirit literally is telling us it's time to stand up, okay? It's time to let your truth be heard, not just in this connection, but in your life. Like, because your words literally are spells. We know that. They create shifts, and that's what we doing. We breaking chains and we opening doors just with our words. We are powerful. Light workers are powerful through word and through energy. Those two have to align. That's how we manifest. Like, we don't got to be mixing stuff together and you know, creating whatever they do when it comes down to spell work. That's not how it works with us. It literally is intention. Okay, it's our feeling, our energy, whatever energetic level we on, right? If you in a energy of worry, sadness, whatever, like, you're gonna literally manifest that into your life. So that's why we're always preaching as readers, you gotta be in alignment. You gotta do the things that make you feel good. You gotta operate in your truth. You need to do this, right? You need to go out there. You need to meditate. You need to get into Mother Nature. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. And it's a daily thing, because our energy is very important, because we are the ones that literally help this earth shake. Okay, and that's what Mammy is saying. All right, speak up. Okay, and listen. All right, but this lines up perfectly with the Knight of Swords. Okay, that comes out. So Divine Feminine, again, your power right now is in your voice. You've been holding back to keep the peace, but Spirit is saying that's done. You can't keep your mouth quiet no more. That time is over. Wow. For some of you, this is the exact place that you're supposed to be. Okay? This is exact peace that's going to shift your connection. You speaking up. Because your silence has been taken as acceptance. Right? Your voice is your wand, so you need to use it, right? So the words that we speak in spells, we're manifesting through that. If you keep it silent, you ain't manifesting shit. That's just what it is. And because, again, hey, we Divine Feminine, we light workers, we are some powerful goddesses and empresses. Like, we can't be sitting here playing it small. That's not what we're called to do. Our soul contract is not playing it small and staying in a dark place and all hurting and, you know, woe is me. That's not it. Well, they did this to me and blah, blah, blah. Man, up that. That's over. So now you have come to a point in your life where you are more confident. You love yourself more. You're more self-aware. Okay? You have now begun to accept yourself. You're operating in your higher self. You got all the tools that you need now, where you will not allow no more piss poor treatment from nobody. And so that's why we can't keep staying in the past. Okay? That's why we can't keep feeling like, all right, if I allow myself to be open, worrying about if you're going to get hurt again. Because right now, what Spirit is saying, like, you're good. This right now is divinely ordered. This is literally the divine orchestrating all of this. So if you decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to allow my heart to be open so that I can receive what Spirit is trying to give to me right now, in this moment, even if it's something small. You understand? Right now, the blessing could be literally you speaking your truth. Because remember, we're co-creators to the divine. So if you speak it, the universe will help you manifest it. But you got to be on the right frequency as the universe to manifest it. So that's why it's important for you to say what you need to say. And you say it by asserting yourself. You don't got to be all in that karmic energy, yelling, screaming, hollering just to get your point across. No, that's not how we do. Okay, we Divine Feminines. We don't operate like that. All right, but you speak from a place of divine authority. That's what Spirit has given you. Okay, so I love that. Your power is your voice right now. What is Divine Masculine's power right now? Woo. Oh, man. They got the Eight of Swords. I feel led to pull from the Goddess deck. So they got the Eight of Swords upright. Clarify that with the African Goddess Rising Oracle decks. Okay. I get it. Divine Feminine, you speak your truth. It helps Divine Masculine to be transparent as well. The Naked card comes out, and then the Self-Sabotage card came out, right? It kind of flipped in a reverse position, but I don't know. I don't think these cards operate, you know, from the reverse position. But however, when I look at this, right, it's they do a lot of self-sabotaging. But when you put the two together, again, it helps. And what I keep hearing, it helps Divine Masculine to release the chains, okay? To take the blindfolds off. And so we know with the Eight of Swords, right? That's the mental prison, okay? And it's so funny because when you look at it, she got this red, like, flag that's not even tied down. The red ribbon around her wrist. Like, this is all stuff that she can take off. It's self-inflicted, okay? She can literally walk through the swords. It's nothing really keeping her bound or restricted but herself, all right? And feeling stuck, overthinking, you know, trapped by their own fear and beliefs, that's what's been keeping them in bondage for the most part. So look, listen, that's what I'm seeing. Spirit is literally showing me that when Divine Feminine speaks her truth, okay, it activates something in the masculine. Like I was telling you, it's like your transparency. So how can I put it? Your transparency, your courage, your refusal to stay silent, it gives them permission to drop their own mask. That's what it is. The Naked card is literally about radical vulnerability. Like showing up exactly as you are. So as long as Divine Feminine keeps wearing this mask, not speaking the truth, the masculine is going to do the same. So the cycle that the masculine is breaking is the self-sabotaging. And so what I'm saying is like they're starting to see how their own fear of being truly seen has kept them from the connection that they really want. That's why they run to these karmic situations. Because they don't have to show them their real selves. Why? Because the karmic is not doing that either. The karmic is living the illusion as well. So they don't have to show up. They don't have to evolve. They don't have to do anything. Okay? But this connection challenges them to literally level up. And when you stand in your voice, Divine Feminine, you're not just liberating yourself. Like I said, you're literally activating or you're lighting up the way for Divine Masculine to step out of their prison too. Okay? So you see how this all goes hand in hand. Everything Divine Feminine does when you are literally moving in your power, it activates something in Divine Masculine. Now, Divine Masculine can be resistant to the change, but if this is a true counterpart, no matter what, they will awaken at some point. Okay? As long as Divine Feminine is moving forward and doing a damn thing like this. Right? They'll do it. Every time Divine Feminine stops, looks back, and falls into that trap of ego, it really kind of like puts you in a cycle where you have to go on repeat. Okay? So again, like if you're triggered, face your mirror. Soon as you feel it, ask yourself, what is this that I'm feeling? Because yeah, I don't want to have to repeat this cycle. You know, and just facing yourself alone helps you get to the next cycle. You won't be on repeat, right? All you are being called to do is to keep learning, keep moving, and keep evolving. And then you got a whole spirit team there to help you. So literally, it's an open book test even when it comes to the end of the cycle. Like right now, we're in the end of a cycle and we're all being tested. So don't be surprised, right? The towers may be falling. It may feel like it's chaotic, and you got to come to this another point where you got to make a choice, right? And usually the choice you're going to have to make is to leave something behind, whether it's a behavior, a mindset, okay, whether it's a person, whatever it is, you have to make a decision to choose your peace, to choose yourself. That's how you pass the test. That's how you get to the new cycle. If you decide you're going to respond to a situation the way you used to respond, hey, bam, then you put yourself back into that old cycle again and you won't repeat. We can sabotage our own situations just as much as Divine Masculine does too. I wanted to read. Sorry, my throat is a little sore. It's just one of these days. I think it's a lot of energy that is taking place right now, and especially when it comes to the karmics. So if you are feeling very fatigued, you know, sore, out of nowhere, like just feeling weird and off, just remember to like say your prayers, cover yourself, you know, take a sea salt bath if you have to, do something to keep your energy clear, burn your sage, because there's a lot of interaction that is happening behind the scenes. And it just dawned on me because I just said to myself the other day, like all of a sudden I have knee joint pain in my knee. My knee started hurting real bad. I fell skating a couple of months ago and my wrist didn't really heal, but now my wrists are inflamed. And it's just like, what is this? Everything is happening at the same time. My throat is sore and I'm not sick, so I don't know what's going on. But then I thought about it and I was like, that's what's going on. We at the end of a cycle. The twins are now, yeah, you could say spiritual warfare is happening, okay? Because we're so close to getting to this point of union, all right? And so you already know the entities, they get to fight, and the karmics, they get to fight, and they try to stop the flow of the counterpart. Because when the counterparts come together, guess what? You see how powerful that's going to be? Come on now. And this says here, you're holding yourself apart from your blessings. What ancient pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? What does your self-sabotage help you to avoid? So your inner saboteur is clever. Seductive patterns of behavior block your path and your power. Distractions, addictions, cravings, and unhealthy habits will not bring you your best. Your inner bully is the voice telling you you messed up, the part of you that is jealous, the anger you don't know what to do with, your stuck inner procrastinator, and your toxic relationship choices. It says step terrorizing, but it should say stop terrorizing yourself with broken promises of discipline. Instead, choose devotion to your chosen path. Your chosen path. What inspired actions can you take today? Okay. And then it says, start to declare, I have compassion for myself. All right. All I heard was, don't sabotage this, y'all. You got all the tools that you need to make it to the next cycle successfully, because the goal is the 10 of Pentacles. All right, y'all. So thank you so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate you, boos. Don't forget, follow, go over to my YouTube, subscribe. It's the Oracle G. Peace.